Welcome to the part 2 of mind-blowing techniques for multiplication. Please watch the first video if you have not watched it already to understand this video. Link for that video is in top right corner. As promised there, this video is about the splitting pattern for various multipliers. To give a quick recap, this table shows the multiplier, its pattern, and an example of its application. So let's take example of 2. What it means is that if you have to multiply this number by 2, then you can split it at places where the digit 4 or less appears. So here you have 4, 4. You can also split it at 3, 3, 4 and 4. Then you can multiply each part by 2 and put the results side by side in the correct order and you will have your answer. Let me work out for 2 and 3. So the first part here is 988. So 988 times 2 is 1976. So second part here is 4998. 4998 times 2 is 9996. Third part is 458. 458 times 2 is 916. Fourth part is 3993. 3993 times 2 is 7986. Fifth part is 487. 487 times 2 is 974. And last part is 45. 45 times 2 is 90. So if you multiply this big number by 2, then your answer will be, you read right from the beginning till the end here. So 1976, 9996, 916, 7986, 974, 90. That is the answer of multiplying this number by 2. These 3 rows are for 3. 3 rows are there because 3 2 can be splitted in 3 ways. We can split it at 2, we can split it at 3, or we can split it at both 2 and 3. So this represents, first row represents splitting at 3. So you see the number, and this number is 1584, which is only till here, and this number is splitting at 2. So this part gets 3, 15843, and this part is starting at 2. And this row is when it is splitted at both 2 and 3. So this is starting at 1 and ending at 4. This is starting at 3 and ending at 3. And this is starting at 2. So you see here 9 here moves from the first part to the second part here, and the rest of the numbers are same, and here it just gets appended to the previous part. Same way 47529 gets splitted into 4752 and 9. So if you look at the entire combination, these set of numbers, their sequence remain the same. It is the same value. So that is the crux of this technique, that you can split the number and whatever answer you get for the parts, you just have to put them side by side, and what you will get is the answer of the combined number. The question is, why these patterns? What makes them work? Let's find out. So the reason for taking such a big number to start with is to show that most complex looking things in maths are composed of much smaller and much simpler parts. So there is no need to feel intimidated. To those who have fear of maths or numbers, I want to give two metaphors. First is of cake. When you get a big and tasty cake, you are expected to eat it in small pieces, and not to just eat it, but to enjoy every piece as you eat. Nobody expects you to eat the entire cake in one single bite. The second metaphor is of pilots. When they fly a big plane, they don't get intimidated by its size because they know that just by operating handful of knobs correctly, they can control its every move. The same is true for maths. This splitting trick is doing just that. It is providing one way of finding the pieces or knobs. There may be other techniques using different properties of numbers in question, which you can also discover on your own. One other good thing about maths is that wherever you are, there your lab is. No additional equipment is needed. This is very liberating. It is freedom. So, with this out of the way, let's see what we can do with this number. Because the number is big, so let's just split it in some random manner. Let me put a decimal point here and ignore the numbers on its left. This is a much smaller number to work with. Now, if I multiply it, what do I get? It's going to be close to 3.5 because 0.47 is close to 0.5 and 0.5 times 7 is 3.5. Is it interesting? No. Why? Because it changes the 0 on the left hand side of the decimal point to 3. And I had started with saying that I didn't want to care about numbers on that side. With 3.5, I will have to care about because ultimately I do have to multiply the entire number. Which means that I am looking for such a place to put the decimal point that when I multiply it, I still get a number that is less than 1. Because then 0 on the left will remain 0 and I can continue to not care about it without impacting my final answer. The maximum that we can afford to get after multiplication for this part is 0.99 and so on. Which means that if the number is less than 0.999 and so on by 7, in this particular case, then we are fine. So here I have done the calculation. So 1 minus represent 0.9999 all the way to the infinity. So that by 2 equals 0.499. That by 3 equals 0.333. That by 4 equals 0.2499. That by 5 equals 0.199 and so on here. Since 9 is the biggest digit, so no matter what digit the number has at any place, it will always be 9 or less, which will match the pattern. So we can ignore from 9 onwards and keep the rest as pattern. So here, in case of 2, we can ignore 9 and we can ignore 0 and dot, so we have 4. So pattern should be 4 or less. In case of 3, we have to keep 333, so we can remove 0 and dot and we have 333. In case of 4, we can ignore 9, and ignore 0 and dot, so we have 24. Similarly for 1 for 5 and 166 for 6 and 142857 for 7 and 124 for 8 and 111 for 9. See how this complicated looking thing has such a simple concept underneath. Before I close, let me give some structure to this thought so that it becomes a tool that we can use later on. So here I introduce 3 terms: carry generators, carry propagators, and carry absorbers. Let's see what these are. Carry generators. Here the context is of a digit. So for example, for 2, the carry generators are from 5 to 9. Why? Because 2 times 5 is 10. Similarly for 3, the generators are 4 to 9. For 4, the generators are 3 to 9. Now let's come to the next concept of carry propagators. So here the context is of a number and a multiplier digit. So here it is 7297 times 4. So in this example, 2 does not generate a carry by itself. However, it receives carryover of 3 from 9 and it hands over 1 to 7 because 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3, 11 and gives 1 to 7. So it acts as a carry propagator. And finally, we have carry absorbers. Here again, the context is of a digit, but here it is about sequence of digits. So the pattern that we have seen so far are nothing but the largest carry absorber for the respective digit. For a given digit, carry absorbers are a sequence of digits which ensure that no matter what numbers are on the right hand side of that sequence and what kind of carry they generate or create, none of the carry is spilled over to the left hand side of the sequence. All the carry is absorbed by the sequence. And that gives it a property which allows us to split the number at the sequence. So in this example, 234 times 3, 4 is carry generator because 4 times 3 is 12, which generates a carry of 1. 3 is carry propagator because 3 times 3 is 9, but it receives carry of 1 from 4 and becomes 10, which generates a carry of 1 for 2. And 2 is carry absorber because 2 times 3 is 6, which absorbs the carry of 1 and becomes 7 and does not generate any carry. We can also extend this pattern concept to numbers beyond 10. I hope you like the material and it gives you some tools to derive more enjoyment with numbers. In the next video, I will talk about carryover free addition and multiplication and super fast techniques for 2-digit multiplications. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already, and please hit the like button and bell icon. Enjoy.